Good day, everyone. I'm here this morning with some digital business owners. If you have been following us, you know we do a go live every Tuesday morning, and we are the Morning Breakfast Club girls. We meet every weekday morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The purpose is to start our day off on a positive note. We watch a video, then we discuss what we learned or didn't learn, or agreed or didn't agree with. Then we end it with a positive song to send us on our way. The video we watched this morning was To Master the Art of Thinking with Jim Rowan. The link to the video will be in the comments section after we're done our go live. So here we go with our thoughts. What'd you think, Pam?
Well, for one thing, I'm hypnotized just by his voice. I love it. And everyone we listen to, everybody that is successful, always comes us back to the thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
We are what we think. Feed the mind. Be positive. Whatever is going on in your life, stay positive. Everybody's got things happens in life. And it's not what happens to you, it's how you react to it. So stay positive. Keep moving forward. That's my thing.
Hey, thanks, Pam.
You're welcome.
Okay, Amy.
Good morning, everyone. Another powerful motivation video this morning. And, it's exactly right. It does come down to thoughts. I've got 2 pages of notes this morning. It was really interesting. When you think about the art of thinking and you think about your thoughts and your reactions to incidents, and we do have control over that. And if we live our life with a positive mindset and we stop and think before you react, and how many times have we all heard that? And it's really hard to do because you instantly want to react. But this is a journey that I've been on the past year of reprogramming my subconscious mind and reprogramming my thoughts to be positive and not negative, to react in a different manner. And a lot of people say, well, you seem to be indifferent. And I said, no, I'm not indifferent. I just choose not to react in a negative manner. I choose to remain positive. I choose to live a positive life and not to let anything anger me or upset me. And that, and it's not easy to do that. And, one thing of being an entrepreneur is when you talk about debating in our thoughts every day, I'm sure we all have these conversations all day back and forth debating and deciding on which way we're going to go, what are we going to do? How are we going to do it? Are we going to beat ourselves up because we feel like we're failing? Or are we going to be in a positive mindset and say, we're successful and we're not failing, we are succeeding? And, so I find myself a lot of times having a lot of conversations with myself and debating the thoughts, as Jim had said, is that is something that you should do. You should weigh both out and you have to look at both spectrums of the side. But ultimately, we're in control of our life. We're in control of our thoughts, our feelings, and our emotions. And it's ultimately up to us of how we choose to live our life. And I also do like the challenge that he gave us, the 30-day challenge. And I'm going to write my goal out, and I'm going to do that for 30 days. I will keep the card with me, and I'm going to see how that will come to fruition. So thank you, Krista.
Thank you. Okay, Darlene.
Wow. Touching on what Amy said about debate, our mind is it's a debate area. It's an arena of debate, but we're debating ourselves, our own thoughts, what we think about, should we do this? Should we do that? It's always a debate in our minds because, like I said, you're the boss and your mind is like a mental factory. I really, really enjoyed that one. I like that. Where are our thoughts taking us? Well, the words, they create our insights, and our thoughts are the fabrics that we sew together. I love the analogy that you put in there. To connect ourselves, to the future, we have to study the negative as well as the positive so we can strengthen our minds and keep growing. So the more you learn and exercise your mind, the further you're going to go and the more you'll achieve. So you're always a student because you always want to learn, you keep learning, and growing and making the best choices for your future. So whatever it is to stimulate your mind and body, that's what you need to focus on and embrace everything you can to keep that body and mind sharp and focused and healthy. So our minds are the ones that make the decision to be happy or sad or angry and so on and so on. So you're the only one who can control that and be responsible for your own thoughts. So if you decide you want to choose the happy thoughts and choose the thoughts you want to think, you're in control. You're the boss. You can do that. So choose what makes you happy and what makes you grow. Don't worry. Be happy.
Thank you, darling.
Thank you.
Okay, Tina.
Good morning. Yes, we all take in so much information all day long. And for lack of a better term, we have to filter what comes out, because one of the things they said in the presentation was what comes out is what's inside. So if you're going to react negatively, you've let it go through that filter. So you have to kind of almost like figure out how you're going to respond. And we all have the freedom of choice. So if it comes out wrong, you can just choose again and try and get it till you get it right. This was good. There was a lot in there. There's a lot to process in there, just like we have to every day. So thanks again, Krista.
Thanks, Tina. Okay, Elena.
Good morning, everyone. You guys have covered most of it, but I like that you reap what you sow, and also you have the choice of how you're going to feel. So, if you're going to have that, I always think of if you have a sad face, just turn that frown upside down. Yeah. And, we all have our sad moments and stuff, but, it's all how we interpret it. And we are what we think. And it makes a big difference that, if somebody's having a bad day, maybe make it your mission to put that smile on them, and that makes you smile. So, and in the back of your mind, of course, you have your goal, which whatever it is, if it is to make everybody happy every day, then that repetition will grow on you, and it'll happen, and they'll see it. It's like a reflection. They'll see that smile on you. Like I've had that so many times where I will purposely smile at the cashier, and she's looking at me at first like, why are you so all of a sudden she's smiling. It's like, that's my mission.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Elena. Okay, Dina. You have to unmute yourself. Yep.
All right. First off, thanks, Krista, for having me this morning. This was a great video. I loved it. So a couple takeaways for me was definitely don't become a victim of yourself. That was huge for me because we all tend to stay in a negative state. And then it's true. It just completely takes over your whole entire body. I really liked when he said, where are your thoughts taking you? Where do you want to go? If you're going to continue to be negative, well, that's the life that you're choosing to have. So like Amy said, I'm definitely going to do the goal as well. And I'm super excited to see where it's going to take me personally. And one last takeaway I really, really liked was stop thinking about what you fear. Mm-hmm. I often do that. And I often think of everything that can go wrong instead of everything that can go positively in a situation. So thanks again, Krista. I really loved this one.
Great. Thank you. I totally get what you mean, Dina, because I've certainly, although I've kind of mastered that, I don't do it anymore, but I certainly was at one point in my life the biggest worrier you could ever meet. So I get that. And it's, keep working at it. You'll get it. It'll come. But yeah, I liked a few points there. I also got a couple of pages written down here too, Amy. It was a very good video, and I hope the whoever's watching watches the video as well, because it's great. I liked that he said, don't be a follower. And to really look at things, and just because somebody says to do it or not to do it, do your own research, do your own discerning, and decide if it's right for you. Because just because it's right for somebody else or not right for somebody else doesn't mean it's not going to be good for you. Because different things work for different people. And I always kind of approach all my interactions like that. What is going to work for me? And I really follow my intuition. My intuition really steers me in the right way. And for me anyway, if I listen to something and I think, oh, those points will work for me, I know that, and I take those away. But you may take something else away, and that's perfectly fine. I liked what he said about studying all sides of it. I love to hear different people's points of view. I know a lot of people don't, and they really feel it's a debate, and like he did mention debate, but I don't really feel it's a debate. I just like hearing people, how they think and why they think that way, because it also helps you learn. And it doesn't necessarily mean you're ever going to think like they do. It just helps you see how other people think. You may pick something out that you didn't think about, or it may do a light bulb moment with you where you think, oh, I never thought about it that way before. So it's great to have those different conversations with different people. And the last thing that I would say, watch how you nourish your mind, what you put into your mind. And it says words nourish our mind. But my saying is, our words are our wands, are our magic wands. What we say are our magic wands and can create our life. So that's my saying. That's not anybody else's. But anyways, that's what I took away from it. And I'm going to do our closing. I hope that everybody got some inspiration from this and feel like this was a great start to your day. If you would like to find out more about our online business, hit the Learn More button from the person's page you're watching, or go to their website. If you're not willing to risk the unusual, you'll have to settle for the ordinary. Jim Rohn. So I'm signing off now, and I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and take care.
Bye. Have a great day, everyone.